Hi everyone, my name is Lynn. Welcome back to the Divine Feminine Energy channel. On this channel, we're going to be talking about all things womanhood, feminine energy, self-improvement, and occultism. And in today's video, we're going to be talking a little bit more about how to truly be a high value woman. And we're going to look into some traits that you can embody, some habits that you can embody to really stand in your most valuable, powerful energy from now on. So, what is a high value woman? A high value woman refers to a woman who knows her worth, who knows that her energy, her presence is the most valuable thing that she owns. I do think it's important to know that true high value energy, it doesn't come from the ego. It doesn't come from having to continuously say, I'm so high value, or I am above someone else, or this or that, because I think that is the opposite of what true high value is. It comes from an energy of authenticity, of true self-love, and it does not come from the ego. The number one trait of a high value woman or person is that she has high standards. A high value person will always have high standards for themselves, and therefore that will be mirrored in the people that they choose to have around them. So your high standards also kind of reflect how much you value your own energy. With a high value woman, she holds those high standards for herself. For example, a high value woman might love herself very deeply, like she may take herself out on dates. She talks to herself in a loving way. She compliments herself. She's able to buy herself gifts. She's able to see the beauty in herself. So because she has all these standards for herself, like I'm going to talk to myself nicely, I'm going to be treating myself nicely, she's not one to necessarily accept any less from other people, because she's able to treat herself in a way that makes her feel good. She will always demand with her energy alone that the people that she attracts towards her really respect her and treat her well. So to stand in your high value energy, you should have these high standards with yourself, and you should have these high standards with others, and there is no room for the bare minimum. There's no room for the bare minimum. So another trait that is kind of goes hand in hand with these high standards that she holds for herself and how she treats herself with a lot of respect and with this energy of I'm a queen and I deserve to be treated like that. She also has this trait of being able to set good boundaries, both with herself and others. So again, like every one of these traits isn't just reflective of how she treats others, it's kind of a mirror of how she treats herself, because a high value woman is able to set boundaries with herself as well. Like, for example, right, she might be able to say to herself, I'm not going to talk to myself in a certain way. Like, I'm going to withhold that boundary, that I'm going to remain kind and nice to myself. A boundary might be like, even though I prioritize rest, I will go work out, for example. And those are also boundaries, because it's like, I'm not going to let myself slack. I am going to be graceful and kind with myself, but also tell myself that this is something I can achieve and I will achieve, and withhold those boundaries. She knows how valuable her energy, her time, her love is. So she is aware that she's not going to just be able to give that away for free. So to embody more of your high value energy, some work on being able to set boundaries with people and with yourself. So, not overworking yourself, not people pleasing to be liked by others, being able to voice it if you're not okay. Another trait of the high value woman is that she is responsible. Trait of a high value woman is really being able to also admit to her flaws and be able to sit with herself as she is. So a high value woman is not someone who is always perfect, who does everything correct, who never makes a mistake, who never slags on something. But I do feel like a high value woman is someone who can look herself in the mirror, like in the face, and is able to admit to herself her true feelings and her true actions. That responsibility, both towards herself as well as towards other people, to be able to admit your own faults, or if someone holds you accountable, that you're able to admit that. I think that's true high value. High value is not, again, it's not like I'm perfect, I never do anything wrong. It's the opposite. It's being able to admit that maybe sometimes there's things that you can improve on. That leads me to the one of, I would say, the most important traits of a high value woman is grace, gracefulness. As we talked about earlier, being able to take responsibility, being able to be honest, there is a very feminine component to how she expresses her responsibility and her honesty. She's able to be graceful with herself. It's not a stern, you should have done better, bloody blah, you little no, just kidding. It's an energy of, I am not perfect, but I vow to try and be better every day. And that's the same grace that she can give other people as well. And again, that doesn't mean she will have to lower her boundaries or that she will have to let people into her life just for the sake of grace. Grace is something different than letting people cling or be on your energy for as long as they like. Grace is being able to say, I kindly and gracefully let you go and let you out of my energy field, while still being able to see that a person has flaws. A person will not always do great. And yeah, being able to be graceful. And that doesn't always mean to be kind, to sugarcoat, to people please, or to be sweet to people if they don't deserve it. But it is more of a trait of, I can acknowledge that people are flawed. I can acknowledge that I am flawed. And I will leave that as it is. But I'll make my decision based on whether I feel like you're good for my energy, yes or no. She's not really quick to just like anger or become hyper masculine in her energy. She's a little bit more receptive when she can be, but again, not to be messed with. So a high value woman, as she handles herself with grace and kindness, and is yet able to really show people, you cannot disrespect me, by setting boundaries. Or another component of the grace energy is like, I will remove myself if you show me anything less than respect. And that is graceful because it doesn't have to go down with shouting at someone or telling them this and this and this and this and that. It's really a self-respecting energy of grace where it's like, okay, if you're not respecting me in the way that I respect myself, then I'll get myself out of the equation. She will just not allow people to talk down on her or treat her in any other way than with respect and grace in return. It's kind of to give people a little bit back what they give to you, and be also very honest with yourself in that process, that if there is someone that you might have really liked, but they, give you disrespect, that you're not trying to talk them up and be like, oh, I'm sure they didn't mean it like that. It is to actually see certain things and certain people as they are and match your actions accordingly. People have to earn being around a high value woman. And I think that also adds to another trait of the high value woman. She is receptive. So she allows people to also come to her. She allows people to prove to her that they are worthy of being in her life. She's not desperate to cling on to someone because she knows that she can love herself, that she can still give herself that love that she seeks. And if a person wants to be in her energy, that there is something that they need to prove to her, that they are going to be treating her well, that they will come at her with efforts and consistency, because that's something the high value person really values. Loyalty, consistency, respect, trust, like those are some of the things that she highly values in others, because that's how she treats herself. She shows up with her self-love consistently, with her good boundaries, good habits consistently. She's loyal to herself, to the people she cares about. She puts in a lot of effort to become better every day. She will energetically demand people to show her that they can come through with their efforts, consistency, respect, loyalty, and trust. And she is not desperate. She's receptive. So she takes her time for people to show her their true actions and not just pretty words, or dives head first into a relationship. She's very much the opposite of that. So hopefully this video helped you guys to understand a little bit more about what it takes to be in your most high valuable energy, what it is that you deserve, and what you should allow in as a high valuable person, and what you should definitely say no to. So thank you guys so much for watching. You guys can find me as well on Patreon with more readings. It would mean a lot to me if you guys would want to join me on there. And yeah, I love you guys so much. Have a beautiful day ahead. Bye.